The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Fast Signs in Clive, Blessman International, Skeffington's Formal Wear, and Bozen the Florist. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
And a very pleasant good evening, and welcome to high school girls and boys basketball tonight here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. It's Dowling Catholic hosting the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars in a girls and boys basketball doubleheader here in the Central Iowa Metro League. Mark Hamadale alongside Mike Burkert for game one. It's the girls' game. Two top five teams in Class 5A, Mike, Dowling Catholic and Centennial. Centennial comes in with ranked fifth with a record of 2-1, and Dowling Catholic with a record of 3-1, ranked second in 5A. And it's Scott DeYoung, the veteran coach from Centennial, against Dowling Catholic. And I'll tell you what, these are always good games. I can keep score maybe a little bit on one or two hands because it's usually a low-scoring game, even with the shot clock. But we've got some exciting girls basketball to start things off. And welcome, Mike.
Yes, thanks, Mark. Yeah, you're correct. The Dowling-Ankeny Centennial rivalry is one of the best in the state. Coach DeYoung has a long history of coaching against Dowling in games that both teams are highly ranked. And you are absolutely correct that in most games it's a defensive battle. Back in the days it was interesting. Back in the day,
you can speak freely.
Okay, the CIML would set the officials, and we used to always get about the same officials for the Ankeny, when they were Ankeny Dowling games, and it was basically no blood, no foul. and sometimes if there was blood, there still was no foul. But I'm
You're
serious.
Retired now, you can say that. That's funny.
And both teams knew that coming in. And so it was a battle, a possession. You took care of the basketball. And I think even with a shot clock, it would have been the same because it wasn't like any team took a minute to take a shot. It was you worked the basketball till you got a good shot. And if you got that good shot, you took it. But you always had a hand in your face, and you knew that you were not going to get an easy rebound, both offensively or defensively. But
well, the one thing about Coach DeYoung, his teams usually led the state in defense, and this year's no exception, giving up just 35.5 points defensively are the Jaguars. Dowling giving up about 54 points a game, but the Maroons and Ankeny, and as Coach DeYoung told me before the contest, he said, Mark, the first time that both teams had everybody back from last year and their benches. And the Maroons go three deep, so does Centennial. You may see four in their rotation, but everybody's back, so not a whole lot of roster changes from last year. And he said out of the all the years that Coach DeYoung's been coaching, and this is his 37th year, 12th at Centennial, that they've had this, and that's pretty unique, Mike.
It is very unique. To have both teams having their top 8 players back is unusual. But it's good for them. They know the system. Mm-hmm. They know the teams they're playing against, which will make it even tougher. So you don't have these girls have played against each other. Some of them, if they played as freshmen, this will be at least their 7th game against each other, 2 each year. If not, they haven't played in the tournament at all. So two teams that are very familiar with the style that they're going to play. Dowling, I think, has a little bit of a height advantage on them this year, and we'll see if that makes a difference for them. So,
well, the Maroons lead the series 10-6 in this series. That started back in 2014 when Centennial was built, and so Dowling's had pretty good luck. Last year, the Maroons won both games here at Dowling, 60-34, and then winning at Centennial 51-45. So the second game a little bit closer. So the Maroons have kind of dominated this series, but again, Centennial with everyone back, and after this will be game number 4 for Centennial, game number 5 for Dowling Catholic. All for early. We haven't went to the Christmas break yet, Mike, but one thing we noticed, if you look at the numbers, Centennial turns the ball over about 12.5 times. Dowling turns the ball over 17.5 times. So both teams known for their defense, but also I'd say probably a little high on the careless side of turnovers, and that's something you want to see improve, especially when you're playing the top 10, a top 10 team in the state as these two are. Yeah,
you're going to want to take care of the basketball. Again, each possession is going to be important. I think that maybe the numbers are a little bit higher for Dowling. When they went up to Minnesota, they played against two very fast-paced teams. And sometimes that'll get you out of your game a little bit. You try to make a great pass rather than a good pass, or you try to fast break. But it's always going to be something, if you can limit your turnovers, limit the number of free possessions somebody gets, points off turnovers. You always see that when you watch the, whether it be a Division I game in college or a women's game, it's the points off the turnover. So if you're going to make a turnover, you want to make it a dead ball type of situation versus a steal or a bad pass that leads to a fast break layup.
Yeah, good point. You're listening to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio. We're live from the Dowling Gym tonight, the home opener for Dowling Catholic as they host Ankeny Centennial in a girls and boys doubleheader. The girls game is coming up. We're going to take a 1-minute break and return. We'll have starting lineups. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert here from the Dowling Gym. We want to thank Vinny Cataldo back at the Iowa Catholic Radio studios producing tonight's game, and we'll return with more pregame following these messages.
KWKY Des Moines, K233BT Des Moines, KIHS Adel.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610, ashworthvision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by construction professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School Gym in West Des Moines as we get set for girls and boys basketball tonight, Tuesday night, here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network on this Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Kind of a cold day in central Iowa. Clouds moving in. We could have ice hockey in the morning, Mike. I know you don't. I know you're retired, but those of us that are up at 7, 8 o'clock for rush hour, we might be skating to work. It's supposed to get some overnight precipitation.
I did not realize that until I was driving over here and I saw the salt brine on the roads.
Yeah, that's usually the first indication other than that. Listening to the weather forecast, but hopefully that won't be too bad tomorrow. We already went through it a couple weeks ago, and that was not good. So keep that in mind. But tonight we got great weather for high school girls and boys basketball. And reminder, Friday night we'll be over at the Valley Gym. We will be courtside right next to the Dowling bench. So if you need to write a play down for Coach Danner or Coach Faber or Coach Meyer, feel free. Yeah. The other guy did. So Babinette was feeding him stuff. And but nonetheless, here we are, and we're about ready for starting lineups. But Mike, any thoughts before we go to our starting lineups tonight? Because this could be a good game. It's going to be interesting to see the adjustments both teams make, because right now it's going to be, I think you start off and you see they're going to fill each other out watching the matchups. Yeah, the matchups will be important to see how each of them defends the other team. It's good. This is Dowling's first home game of the season, so it's kind of nice that they open with two conference games on the road, and then the two up in Minnesota. So it's kind of nice to have your own background and familiar with things. But you're right. The fact that they're going to have to come out and see what works and what doesn't work on the initial possessions. As you had alluded to before, it's going to be important possession-wise that they take care of the basketball. They don't, give the other team extra possessions. And the shooting, Dowling is shooting about 47% from the field, where I think Centennial was somewhere in the 37%. Yeah.
So again, that'll be critical if you can hit the outside shot in this game, but that'll open up your inside game. So
Well, we'll keep an eye on that as we try our best we can as far as keeping up on stats. And Mike, I'd be remiss before we start the starting lineups talking about what many Dowling fans may or may not know, the passing of the Mr. Dowling, and that is Denny O'Grady passing away on Sunday with his illness. He had cancer diagnosed right in October late, battled it for about 6 weeks, and his funeral will be Saturday morning, 11 o'clock at St. Francis Catholic Church in West Des Moines. The visitation will be Friday night from 4 to 7 at St. Francis. But all our thoughts and prayers are with Denny's family. A lot of his family, he's survived by his sister and his brother-in-law, nieces, and nephew. But a lot of his family was the Dowling Catholic community, and you can just pick the sport, whether it be basketball, football, and our thoughts and prayers go to him, and we'll talk more about that as we move on. But a lot of memories here and a lot of firsts, because this is the first game that we've done without Denny O'Grady in this building in the last 20 years.
Yeah, he was one of a kind.
All right, let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First of all, for the visitors from Ankeny Centennial, the head coach is the legendary Scott DeYoung, 12th year at Centennial, 191 wins, 68 losses, just picked up his 701st victory in his career, 37 years doing it for Coach DeYoung. And he's assisted by Dave Runchie, Rachel Smith, and Andy Fain. And the Jags will start this lineup at one guard, Ava Martin, a 5'6 senior. The other guard is Maya Crawford, a 5'8 senior. And she's headed to Drake University next year, averaging 14.5 points, 6.5 rebounds. She is the Jags' leading scorer. And the third guard is Tilly Smith, averaging 6.5 points, a 5'5 senior. The one forward, Finley Blackmore, 5'10 senior, averaging 4.5 points. And the other forward is Jaden Pratt, a 5'10 senior, averaging 11.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, and leads the team with 2.5 assists. Off the bench for the Jaguars tonight, we'll see Rylin Boating, 5'11 junior, wearing number 10. Lizzie Beam, a 5'9 sophomore, will come off the bench. And Maisie Smith, the sister of Tilly, will come off the bench, 5'8 junior. So, again, it's Martin, Blackmore, Pratt, Crawford, and Smith, the five on the floor for the 5th-ranked Ankeny Centennial Jaguar girls, coming in averaging 43 points on offense and giving up 35.5 points on defense. Ranked 5th in Class 5A with a record of 2-1. And now the starting lineups for Dowling Catholic. The Maroons come in ranked 2nd in Class 5A, averaging about 67 points on offense, giving up just under 54 points on defense. The head coach is Kristen Meyer in her 9th year at Dowling, 149 wins, 55 losses. Overall in 15 years, 250 wins, 90 losses. And she's assisted by Joel Danner and Audrey Faber, Tom Donahue, Lisa Morrissey-Smith, the JV1 coaches, and Jonathan Vanderall and Logan Greiner, the JV2 coaches. And the Maroons will start the lineup they started 2 weeks ago in our broadcast over at Waukee Northwest. They'll start at one guard. The point guard is Ava Zediker, 5'10 senior, averaging 9 points, and a captain, wearing number 13. The other guard is Layla Tritton, a 5'9 senior, averaging 15 points and a captain. At one forward, Ellie Olson, a 5'10 senior, averaging 6 points and a captain, wearing number 5. And the other guard, and forward, is Katie Muller, a 5'11 sophomore, averaging 13.5 points, and she'll wear number 11. And at center is Katie's sister, Ellie Muller, a 6'2 junior, averaging 19.5 points and 8.5 rebounds. Leads the team with 18 block shots and in scoring. Off the bench for the Maroons, we will see Maddie Rice, a 5'8 junior, Macy Harnden, a 5'3 senior, and Kaylee Klein, a 5'11 sophomore, will come off the bench for the Maroons. Dowling's won 22 of the last 25 games dating back to last year. Johnson snapped their 11-game winning streak in the state championship game, which was Dowling's last loss of last year as they finished 21-5. We're going to take a break and come back with our tip-off, but first a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Reed Flood. It's Dowling and Centennial coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School, and welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School basketball. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting basketball, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Reed Flood. Let us pray together for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition this evening. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask that you bless all those involved in this athletic competition this evening. We ask that you keep them safe and that they show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. Saint Sebastian, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And our national anthem being performed here tonight before our game between Dowling Catholic and the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars here at the Dowling Gym in West Des Moines. Welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Mark Hamadale alongside Mike Burkert as we get set for tip-off and starting lineup. So we got a little bit of time here. I want to thank our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. They include Skeffington's Formal Wear, Mercy One, Fast Signs in Clive, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Construction Professionals, Bozen the Florist, Blessman International, and Ashworth Vision Clinic. And if you feel the need to, and we hope you do, patronize our sponsor, tell him what a great job Mike Burkert does with the girls contest. He does a much better job than the guy who's going to come in and he's going to relieve you, Mike. So I wish I could have you here for both games with some guy named Cataldo. And this is no offense to Vinny, our producer, but he's going to sit in and take over that spot. So I dread that because that'll be his opening game.
Ah, okay. I at least had one practice game.
He did fine. We were over at Waukee Northwest and worked like a charm after all the stuff, the fire alarm.
After it started working.
Internet down, and we made it all work. So, yeah, memorable. Welcome to live radio. And we do this every Tuesday and Friday during the winter, Mike, for the most part.
Right.
All right, starting lineups being introduced on the floor, and the PA announcer is Father Jim Kirby, and he's a legendary voice here at Dowling from years past, and is agreed to help out. He and Ted Power are going to handle the basketball home games here at Dowling with the passing of Denny O'Grady. And got a Denny story you want to let our listeners in on, because it's just tough to be in here because there's so many Dennyisms that go on, and I've already tripped over a couple tonight, but do you have one that you'd like to share with our listeners before we start?
That's why put me on the spot here.
No, I'll always try to do that.
No, actually, what I remember about Denny especially was every year we went to the state basketball tournament, he used to always bring a blank check and give it to Bob and Sharon or John when John did it, and said, take the team out to lunch. Because if we played in the morning, we had to, and we always went to the tavern, and the lunch was on him. And I thought didn't have to do that, and I thought that was really good. And he always had a kind word, always came up to you and said hello, whether you were at a basketball game or even when my son played baseball, he would come down and say hi then. So just a great guy.
He certainly was, and he'll be extremely missed. We're missing him already, and I don't doubt that he did that. He was all about the kids, the coaches, and just loved it. And we're underway. Dowling wins the tip. Maroons go right to left here at the Dowling Gym towards the south basket. The Maroons in their home white uniforms with maroon numbers and trim, and Centennial in their visiting black uniforms with silver trim and numbers. Now the ball tipped in the backcourt as Centennial overplaying the passing lanes. Tilly Smith on Zediker. Now Ava's double team. Now finds Muller on the baseline. Pull-up jumper off the mark, no good by Ellie Muller. And the rebound out to Centennial. Now, Ava Zedeker has been battling some health issues. She's had one of those viruses that are going around. She did not make the trip to Minneapolis and played last Tuesday, and she's not quite at 100%. And Katie Muller has missed some time, Mike, this week because of illness. So that's kind of tracking through. So we'll see how deep Dowling needs to go on their bench. Now we got a whistle and a foul, and this will be a shooting foul on Centennial. The foul will be on Dowling, and Layla Tritton picks up her first.
Ankeny was in there patting man-to-man. They were playing really tight defense, overplaying the passes, and put a lot of pressure on Ava that caused her to give the ball up. And open person, but a missed shot.
Yeah, Centennial patented Scott DeYoung as a second free throw is no good by Maya Crawford, 5'8" senior, headed to Drake. And that's a young lady about 3 years ago transferred from Cedar Falls with her dad, who was a legendary player up there, and transferred to the Ankeny area. Dowling with the ball, trailing 1-0. Here's Muller in the lane, shot off the glass too strong. Offensive rebound, Dowling. The ball dribbled off the foot of an Ankeny defender, and that one off of Jaden Pratt. Will be Dowling basketball with a new shot clock here under 7 minutes to play in the first quarter.
It's a nice move by Muller, but just a little hard off the rim. And but they got the offensive rebound, so.
Dowling with the ball. Here's Zedeker driving baseline. It's double team. Lisa for Olsen. And now we've got jump ball called as Olsen had the ball in the lane and Ellie got tied up, and possession arrow goes to Centennial. So that's just like a turnover.
Correct. Ankeny, or Centennial, I should go probably Centennial versus Ankeny because they're two different ones, are playing a very aggressive man-to-man and not letting Dowling go where they want to go.
There's a fadeaway jumper by Pratt in the lane, up and good. Fall-away jumper about 8 feet in the lane. Jaden Pratt, 3-0 Ankeny. Centennial over Dowling, 6.5 to go. And here is Zedeker for three off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Muller, layup good. What a strong move by Ellie Muller. Pulled down the rebound on the left side of the basket and went right up with the putback.
Nice positioning by her, and she got the ball up quick before the defense could collapse on her.
Dowling staying man-to-man. Won't see too much zone here tonight as Centennial running their offense against Dowling's man. Here's Crawford coming off a pick. Can't get off the shot. Leaves it for Pratt. Three-point line extended. Dribbles down the lane. Her shot blocked out of bounds by Katie Muller. Nice help that time as, or rather, Ellie Muller coming away and knocking the ball away. A block shot. Centennial basketball, Mike, with 14 on the shot clock. See how this out-of-bounds play works as they screen for one another, and now it's tipped away as the inbounds pass tipped away, stolen away by Muller. Katie with it in the front court. Leaves it for her sister Ellie for three. It's no good. And rebound by Maya Crawford. Centennial in transition. There's Ava Martin with it. They swing it around top of the key to Pratt. Ava for three. It's up good. Jaden Pratt for three, and it's been all Centennial. She has 5 of Centennial's 6 points, 6-2 Centennial.
She looked very comfortable standing on top of the circle there taking that shot.
Now we got a whistle and a foul as Zedeker's in the lane, and she hits the floor. And the foul will be on Jaden Pratt, her first. Our officials tonight, Mike Flegel, Dan Beating, and Matt Roberts from the CIML, and assigned by their assigner, Dave Rittman. Zedeker at the line, shooting 2. Ava's first free throw good. Zedeker on the year 0 for 2 at the free throw line. Hasn't gotten a whole lot of shots and played one game, or actually played 2 of the 4 games. Second free throw good.
Yeah, I think that first game against Joaquin Northwest, she wasn't feeling well.
That's when the virus started, and then she did not go to, 2 days later, did not go to Minneapolis. And the Moons went up there without her. Centennial with the ball. Corner three by Tilly Smith, no good. Offensive rebound, Ava Martin. They did not hit the rim, so the shot clock did not reset. Scott DeYoung recognized that, and he got his team into a different offense. Now they work it inside. Here's Crawford in the lane. Layup with the left hand, good. Drew the foul, and that'll be on Tritton. 2 shots coming for Smith. And the foul on Dowling's Layla Tritton, her second. And we're going to see Coach Meyer go to the bench, and we may see Macy Harden in after or during these free throws by Maya Crawford.
I think you might see a switch up as who's guarding who, though. I think Ava came over and said, I want her. So we'll see what happens here.
You can tell Ava's feeling much better. 2 weeks of trying to battle off some of the bugs that are going around. Typical around the holidays. Second free throw is good. So Crawford 2 for 4 at the free throw line, has 2 points. That's 7-4. Centennial by 3. Here's Moeller with it. This is Ellie. Dribble handoff goes to her sister Katie. Katie down the left side of the lane, cut off. And run that weave. And she stops at the left elbow, gives to Harnden. Now to Zedeker. Zedeker finds a lane, shot off the glass, left it short. Rebound Centennial. Crawford with the rebound. She's in the front court. The ball slapped away, but in the hands of Pratt. Now over to Smith. Tilly with it. Looking for a backdoor cut. Top of the key with it. On the dribble. Started by Moeller. Out to Martin. 15 on the shot clock. In the lane. Shot off the glass. No good by Ava Martin. Rebound Dowling and Ellie Moeller. Good defense by the Maroons that time. Here's Katie Moeller with it. Out to Harnden. Macy with it. Started by Crawford. Not at Zedeker. Right corner. 3-point line extended. Fakes the 3. Now dribbles. Towards the lane. Towards the hoop. Kicks it out to Harnden for 3. Right corner. No good. And a rebound Centennial. And Jaden Pratt. So both teams getting a good look at the basket, but taking a lot of time off the clock. The defense is really forcing the issue. All right, here's Crawford with it on the left block. Kicks it out to Blackmore. Finley with it for Centennial. 7-4 Centennial. Dowling in man-to-man defense. Here's Pratt with it in the lane. Shot blocked by Ellie Moeller. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Pratt. And another block shot for Moeller.
Looks like right now, if you watch the Centennial offense, it's all 5 people moving constantly, whereas Dowling's a little stagnant. It's usually one person moving the ball and everybody's kind of spotting up.
Kylan Smith set the check in, a 5'11 senior for the Jaguars at the scorer's tables. Maisie Smith also set the check in, a 5'8 junior for Centennial. Here's Moeller and a little scoop shot up and good as she went right around Jaden Pratt. So Ellie Moeller with her 4th point. It's 7-6, Centennial by 1. Now follow-away jumper up and good off the glass. Nice shot by Maya Crawford. That's her first field goal, and she has 4 points.
Now that's a mismatch. They've got the little 5'3 guard guarding Crawford.
In the lane,
taking her right into the post on her.
Yeah. In the lane, Olsen shot for Dowling. It's no good, and the rebound comes out to Crawford. Maya with it in the front court. Gets it out to Pratt, guarded by Ellie Moeller. Centennial 9, Dowling 6 in this girls contest. 2:30 remaining here in the first quarter from the Dowling Gym. Tuesday night, Central Iowa Metro League basketball. Glad you could join us for game 1. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for game 2, the boys contest. Here's Crawford in the lane. Her shot off the glass too strong. Rebound, Ellie Moeller. Crawford got a good look at it, but left a little strong. Dowling with the ball in the front court. Here's Ellie Moeller with it. In the lane, now double team, gets it out to Zedeker. Tilly Smith has the duties of guarding Zedeker. Here's a long 3 by Harnden, no good. Ball slapped around and in the hands of Tilly Smith. And the Jags in transition. Smith for 3, it's good. Tilly Smith, and a timeout Dowling. That's her first 3, and this is the Jags' largest lead of the night, 6 points. They lead Dowling 12-6 with 1:45 remaining here in the first quarter, and we've got a 30-second timeout called by the Maroons. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert, and Jaguars up 6 and holding Dowling to 2 field goals and 2 free throws in the first 6.5 minutes of the contest, Mike.
Yeah, Dowling's 2 for 9 to start with offensively. And like I was mentioning before, it looked like their offense is more, I don't want to say stagnant, it's not the right word, but they're not moving all 5 people, where what Centennial is doing is all 5 people are moving and they're getting open people and they're getting mismatches on the Dowling is switching off.
Coach DeYoung, I hear him over here to my left on the Centennial bench right in front of us, and they're switching up people on, so they're scouting report, everybody kind of knows one another. Mm-hmm. If you're a dominant hand, whether it's right or left-handed or what you like to do, so it's and it all Now as an offensive player, you got to overcome it. Dowling with the ball out of the timeout, trailing by 6. Minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Here's Ellie Muller. Backs in against Kylie and Smith, and her shot off the glass good. And Muller took it upon herself to back her in and scored her 6 point.
Centennial went to the bench and had some changes. They moved Crawford on Ellie, and I think there's a little bit of mismatch there.
All right, here's Crawford with it, guarded by Harnden. These are for Tilly Smith. Maroons also went to their bench. Kay Lee Klein, 5'11 sophomore, in the contest right now for Dowling, number 21. And now in the lane, a shot no good, but out of bounds. It might have been deflected out of bounds off Dowling. 8 on the shot clock, a minute remaining in the first quarter. Centennial 12, Dowling 8 in this top 5 girls matchup. Maroons come in ranked second with a record of 3-1 in Class 5A. Ankeny Centennial ranked 5th with a record of 2-1 in Class 5A and the Central Iowa Metro League. All right, here's Crawford with it. Backs in against Harnden. Fadeaway jumper, good. Nice move by Maya Crawford, the Drake recruit, and she has 6 of Centennial's 14 points in the first quarter.
But the switches got that mismatch again, and she took her right to the post and made a nice turnaround jump shot.
All right, Ellie Muller with the basketball for Dowling, guarded by Kylan Smith. Smith giving up about 4 inches here. Muller backs in, little scoop shot off the glass, good. The basket will count. A foul on Kylan Smith of Centennial. Nice move by Ellie Muller.
That was a nice move. She's got a height advantage, and she's taking advantage of that.
Now substitution for Dowling as Kaylee Smith will check out. Ellie Olson back in. And at the free throw line for an and one is Ellie Muller, 57% free throw shooter. Free throw's good. So Ellie with 9 points here in the first quarter. She has 9 of Dowling's 11 points. The only other points coming from Ava Zediker's 2 free throws. 14-11, Centennial by 3, final 20 seconds. Shot clock turned off here, Mike.
Yes.
So Crawford dribbling the ball between the circles, will be guarded by Zediker, and now Ava comes up on her. There's Crawford in the lane. And now ball stolen away by Muller to Olson. Back to Zediker. Layup up and good at the horn. Beautiful defensive play that time all the way down court, and they get the layup, and the basket will count by Ava Zediker. That is her 4th point. We come to the end of the first quarter. Our score: Ankeny Centennial 14, Dowling Catholic 13. We'll be back with this top 5 matchup in girls play. Back with the second quarter in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com, 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic High School gym here in West Des Moines. Second quarter underway in the girls contest. Ankeny Centennial 14, Dowling Catholic 13. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert. Dowling with the first possession of the second quarter. A shot in the lane is up and no good. And a rebound put out of there by Finley Blackmore and the Centennial Jaguars, who had as much as a 6-point lead in that first quarter. Dowling has yet to take the lead. Now Pratt for 3. Shot was way off. Offensive rebound put back no good by Maisie Smith, and the rebound cleared out of there by the Jaguars. They get it back out to Ava Martin with a brand new shot clock. 14-13, Ankeny Centennial by 1. Dowling going with Macy Harnden, Ellie Olson, Ava Zediker, and the Muller sisters. Ellie and Katie, and now a long 3, no good by Pratt. Rebound out to Dowling and Katie Moeller. Here's Harnden with it. Back to Moeller, top of the key. Moeller drives baseline, double team, kicks it back out to Harnden, fakes the three. Now the Maroons will run their offense with 20 in the shot clock. Here's Zediker coming off a ball screen by Harnden in the lane. Her shot too strong. Rebound cleared out of there, and Harnden with the offensive board. Tracks it down. Now in the corner, Zediker. Ava down the baseline, underneath, feeds it to Olsen. Kicks it back out to Tritton for three, and it's good. And Dowling has its first lead, 16-14 on Tritton's corner three. That was set up by Zediker's dribble penetration. And a timeout, Centennial. So we'll keep it here with 6:22 to go, second quarter. 16-14, Dowling with its first lead. And, Zediker hasn't got her outside shot down yet, but her inside penetration and feeding others has really been a big key to this comeback.
Centennial's doing a nice job of when she penetrates it, they're collapsing down on her, and she's finding an open person. It's just a matter of those people have to hit the shots. If they can do that, it's going to open up things a lot.
Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio brought to you in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bozen the Florist, and Construction Professionals. Thanks to Vinny Cataldo, our studio producer. And yes, one of his relatives will be sitting in right where you're sitting at, Mr. Burkert, Jimmy Cataldo, for the boys' game. So,
the esteemed Jimmy Cataldo.
Oh, please
you heard me say that, Jimmy, just in case.
Don't encourage him, Coach. Don't encourage him. I got some football questions I got to ask him. I've questions that I've accumulated throughout the course of a 12 or 13 game football season. Now Centennial with the ball. Pratt in the lane. Her shot's no good. Rebound, Katie Moeller. Dowling running in transition to Tritton. Back to Moeller. Katie with the shot in the lane. No good. Ball slapped around, and Crawford has it. And she lost it to Pratt, and Pratt will dribble in the front court. What a flurry there. Well, both teams like to run, but isn't that amazing how they both get back on defense when there is a potential break, Mike?
I think if the fast break is there, they're going to take it. If not, both teams are going to set the ball up and try to get a good shot.
All right, 15 on the shot clock. 16-14, Dowling by 2. 5:30 remaining here in the first half from the Dowling gym. Pretty good crowd for a Tuesday night Central Iowa Metro League conference game. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Blackmore, and there'll be a shot clock violation on Centennial as Blackmore had to retrieve the deflected ball at half court and couldn't get the shot off. Good defense by the Maroons.
They did a nice job that time. They made a couple of switches and cut people off. Wouldn't allow them to get an open look.
All right, Centennial will bring Maisie Smith in. Now she and Tilly Smith are sisters. There's a third Smith girl, not related, but there's a Smith that's a head track coach at Centennial.
Oh, okay.
And it's not Kylan's dad, but Kylan's a pretty good track athlete. There's a story there, and Coach DeYoung and I tried to decipher it from Coach DeYoung, and he gave me too much information.
You're a wealth of knowledge there, Mark.
Yeah. Here's underneath. Zediker, a shot from the right block, good. Might have forced that a little bit, but she got it to fall, and Ava with 6 points, and Dowling by 4, their largest lead of the night, 18-14 Maroons with under 5 minutes to play in the half. Here's Maisie Smith with it. They feed it underneath. Nice pass inside goes to Maya Crawford, and her layup's good with the left hand. She has 8 points. 18-16 Dowling. Centennial drops back to man-to-man, and now Katie Moeller for 3. Top of the key, it's no good. Crawford with the rebound. Maya in transition. Lead pass went to Tilly Smith, back to Crawford, over to Pratt. With it is Blackmore. Lobs it in to Pratt. Now out to Crawford, who's guarded by Zediker. Talk about a switch up on the Dowling defense. Now a little fadeaway by Pratt, up and good. She has a nice shot there with that little scoop shot with the left hand. Pratt with her 7th point for Centennial. Now a long 3, good by Zediker. Ava with her 3rd 3 of the year and her first tonight, and she has 9 points. So Ellie Moeller and Ava Zediker 9 points each. 21-18 Dowling. Now the Jags throw the ball away. Bad pass inside to Tilly Smith, stolen away by the Maroons. Now to Tritton for 3 off the back iron, no good. And the rebound, Zediker. Ava, pull-up jumper in the lane, good. She took it away from Pratt. Zediker with 11. And it's 23-18, Dowling by 5. The Maroons' largest lead here in the first half. Now a steal by Ellie Muller. Tried to pass inside to Crawford, down court. They get the ball to the other Muller. Katie layup good, and a timeout, Ankeny Centennial. And Katie Muller with her first 2 points of the night, and it's Dowling 25, Centennial 18. We'll see if this is a 30 or full. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. Alongside Mike Burkert, I'm Mark Amadale with 3:10 to go in the second quarter. It's Dowling 25, Ankeny Centennial 18. We'll return to the Dowling Gym in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Faith Check with Greg Ewell on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
When the Holy Father says that the practice of a certain devotion would lead to nothing less than the renewal of the entire church, we do well to sit up and take notice. Pope Benedict XVI said exactly this about the practice of Lectio Divina, an ancient form of praying over the Scriptures. In Lectio Divina, a passage is read and followed by silence. Then hearers focus on a single word or phrase that jumps out at them and allow the still small voice of the Lord to speak to their hearts. The same passage is read another 2 or 3 more times, with each passage followed by another period of silence, and a time of sharing may follow for the edification of all. Many parishes are starting groups for Lectio Divina. It can also be done during individual prayer time. Sacred Scripture is our spiritual food, the lamp unto our feet and director of our steps. But this can't happen if God's Word remains on our bookshelves collecting dust. Let us crack open our Bibles and not only read God's Word, but prayerfully and slowly listen to what the Holy Spirit is speaking personally to us this day. This is Greg Ewell for Faith Check.
And we're back here at the Dowling Gym out of the Centennial timeout. Jags with 3 left. 25-18, Dowling leading Ankeny Centennial. 2:50 remaining here in the second quarter. And now the Jags with the ball inside, and the ball is slapped away. 15 on the shot clock, and it's Centennial with the basketball. Crawford with it and hands it off to Jaden Pratt. Also in there is Maisie Smith for the Jaguars. Ava Martin also out there, and Jaden Pratt. 2 on the shot clock. Corner 3 is blocked, and Dowling recovers it. There's Muller with it. Now the Maroons in transition. They have a ball stolen away by Ava Martin. So both teams going back and forth. And the Jags now in the front court in the offensive end. For Dowling, it's Zediker, Olsen, Harnden, Tritton. And inside, here's Ava Martin with her first basket of the night as she got a nice move to the lane there, Mike.
Yeah, that was a nice move. She goes with her right hand and took it right at the basket.
Now here's Zediker with it. Out to Ellie Muller. So it's Zediker, Tritton, and Harnden, the 3 guards. Olsen and Ellie Muller in the post. And now a bad pass by Dowling, a turnover. And here's Jaden Pratt with it on the steal. And Centennial now will run their offense. Here's Tilly Smith. Leaves it for Pratt. Pratt top of the key, guarded by Ellie Muller. 15 on the shot clock. Underneath is Pratt against Muller, and block shot by Ellie. Once again, she's got at least 3 here in the first half. Rebound comes down to Ellie. A little scoop shot to lane, good. She took it all the way home. Ellie Muller with her 11th point.
It's a nice move all the way around defensively, and then she turned it into an offense.
Didn't need to find a guard there, Coach. I think that's what you teach, but no need. And now a steal by Olsen. She saved it from going out of bounds right into the hands of Martin. Minutes to play here at the first half. 27-20 Dowling, and a long 3 in transition. No good by Ava Martin. Rebound, Ellie Muller. Dowling in transition. Here's Tritton with it. With 50 seconds remaining. 25 in the shot clock. Dowling with the ball, and there's Muller with the shot up and good right around Pratt. Ellie Muller with 13 first half points. And it's Dowling 29, Centennial 20. The Maroons have their largest lead of 9 with 30 seconds remaining. 23 on the shot clock. So Maroons, believe it or not, had a 2-for-1 going. Crawford with the dribbles baseline. Shot is blocked out of bounds by Zediker. And that'll leave 15 on the shot clock, 22 on the game clock. Into the Dowling lineup, Kaylee Klein. This has been quite a run by the Maroons here, Mike.
It has, and it's been keyed off their defense. They've had a couple of blocked shots that they've transitioned into easy shots, and a couple of steals.
All right, Centennial inbounds the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Pratt with it, guarded by Ellie Muller. Pratt shoots the three, and the ball is stuck between the backboard and the rim. It'll be a jump ball, and it should be Dowling. Nope, Centennial possession with 11 seconds remaining, and that'll reset the shot clock. So much for the 2 for 1.
Well,
but one of the Muller girls have got to be able to get that. Nope. Oh, that's really wedged in there. They've got that ball. They've got that ball going.
Probably could be the halftime show here to see who could jump up and get the ball.
Everybody's looking for free entertainment, Coach Burkert. You got to know that.
That's right.
The last resort was having Coach Einertson, who's sitting with us, go up there and do it. He can resurrect his Wisconsin days.
He started moving up towards that direction.
29-20, 5 seconds. Crawford, a little scoop shot in the lane, good, right around Zedeker. Maya Crawford with her 10th point. Half-court shot will be no good. And we've come to halftime here at the Dowling Catholic Gym with the Maroons leading 29-22 over Ankeny Centennial after Dowling trailed by 1 going into the first quarter. And Mike, just a couple of brief comments for you before we take our break and get with our halftime guests. Some quick thoughts about the end of that first half. Dowling really turned the tables in that second quarter, outscoring Centennial 16-8.
Yeah, I think what happened was Dowling's defense turned up a little bit. We talked about making the turnovers, turning them into transition, and they did that. That's where they got some fast break baskets. And they're taking advantage of the height differential between Ellie Muller, she's 6'2", and Jaden Pratt's 5'10". And she's able to take it both offensively and defensively. Where on offense, she's able to take it to the basket and shoot over the top of her. And on defense, Pratt is really trying to take her to the basket, and she's not afraid, but she's getting a lot of the shots put back into her. Her success has been that three-pointer from the top of the key and the free throw line jumper.
All right, we're going to take a 2-minute break and come back. Check that. We'll do a 1-minute break. Vinny Cataldo, I've got him all mixed up back there at the studio. We'll take a 1-minute break and come back. Our halftime guest is Justin Einertson, as the Dowling boys have their home opener tonight. We'll talk with the Dowling boys coach here following this 1-minute break. Our halftime score of the girls game, Dowling 29, Ankeny Centennial 22. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from the Catholic Tuition Organization. Reduce or eliminate your Iowa income tax and instead give to the Catholic Tuition Organization and receive 75% Iowa tax credits. These tax credits are going fast, so reserve yours today and learn more about the Catholic Tuition Organization at ctoiowa.org. ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their futures.
Catholic Tuition Organization, a great investment in our kids.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. cpcustomhomes.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. ashworthvision.com.
And welcome back to the Dowling Catholic Gym here in West Des Moines as we are at halftime of the girls contest. Dowling leading 29-22, joined now by second-year head boys basketball coach for the second time this year on Iowa Catholic Radio. He was our halftime guest during the football playoffs, and that is Justin Einertson. Coach, welcome.
Good to be back.
Good
nice
to see
view
you
from here as always.
Well, we got the
best seats
number
in
one.
the house.
Burkert and I and Cataldo, we have never lost a game sitting here. We've watched others lose games, but
right.
we're undefeated up
That's
here, Coach.
That's the best part, I bet.
It is. Hey, welcome.
Good to be back.
How you doing? You got a brand new team this year, and
yeah.
Our stat guy will be coming along, Mr. Cataldo. You remember him from last year.
He was
one of those.
Yep.
He was one of those parents that never went away. He'll be joining me, but he was telling me that between Dowling and Centennial, they have the least amount of experience coming back from last year. Bob Fontana has 10% of his squad back, and you have 9% of yours. It's a brand new look out here. So but you've got one game under your belt. It was a week ago, and a win on the road at Urbandale, never an easy place to play.
No, and they really punched us in the mouth to start. We've been building this group up, kind of knowing we were headed into this situation when I came in. So last year I come in, we have 10 seniors plus at the time, and we knew that we better develop these guys underneath. And one of the biggest surprises and most exciting things to me was I walked into the sophomore gym and immediately saw 4 or 5 guys that I thought were going to contribute right away. So as juniors. So we really put them under our wing. I thought our staff as a whole did a really nice job from the beginning of last season and all the way through the fall to prepare them. Still hard to prepare for the bright lights of your first varsity game with all the success we had this summer and they had with AAU, but we were able to get it done, so that was nice.
Well, how important was the program you started last year, getting those JV kids who didn't dress varsity? They were juniors, and I noticed several seniors that weren't on the varsity last year.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, well, they just now came out for basketball. They were in the program last year, and you got them very important quality JV games for juniors only. You did that last year.
Yeah, very unique situation. We had John Nagel coming over from Urbandale/Roosevelt. I think he's coaching at Urbandale and teaching at Roosevelt. And we had an opportunity. We said, John, why don't you just take this group? We need them to get them better and get them some experience. And Lucas Paoli and Quincy Moore were the 2 real figureheads of that group, but they went undefeated. They won all 13 games they played, mostly against juniors, but a couple of games against sophomore teams as well. And I think that's done a lot for us. You think about, it's really just Lucas and Quincy that are getting minutes so far, and we'll see what happens, as the season goes on. But our practices are absolute wars, and that's nice to have, because when you don't have experience, you want those seniors to make every game or every practice like a game.
Absolutely. Coach Burkert.
Yeah, Coach, this is the first game on the radio this year, and you've got a lot of new players. The people listening and watching, what players do you anticipate that they should be really focusing on?
Well, I look at it very positively because I've seen our guys at their very best. I think we have 5 or 6 guys that can really score, and it'll probably change every night. If we're good, it'll be a different guy every night. So okay. Lucas Paoli led us in scoring last week. He also led us in rebounding as a guard, which is great. Noah Martins, our point guard, is kind of a pass-first guard with big-time scoring ability, and but his mentality is pass-first. Nate Jenkins came over from Johnson. I would say he's more of a defense-first guy, but he also he's a driver, shot creator, and then Maddox coming back with a much better offensive game from last year's big one. Gio Quiles might be the ace in the hole for us because he's going to be coming off the bench quite a bit this year, playing varsity minutes, and he shoots the absolute lights out. And I think we have a lot of good shooters, and Gio could be a great one. So this is it's a great group of guards, and then you got Charlie Crane, who's 6'9.5" right now, and kind of learning how to be a big because he grew a lot in the past couple of years. And Quincy Moore's the opposite of him. He's about a 6'3" post, and he's just a dirty work guy, sort of like Joe Broderick from last year. So as a coach, it's great. Like, you look at on paper, and it's very exciting. It really is. So now you hope that they learn how to win at the varsity level right away, because it's a little bit different than summer games or fall games or AAU games with these coaches and these programs in the CIML.
Coach, what do you expect with Centennial? Bob's got a very young squad. He's trying to, he's got 9, maybe 10 kids he'll rotate through, and he's got some kids coming off the injured list that are going to play but not 100%. Your thoughts on matching up with Centennial?
Well, it's a CIML game, so it's going to be tough. We went out and watched them against Ankeny, and they have a lot of ability with that group. So I'd say in a lot of ways it's similar. We're kind of learning how to play CIML games at the same time, and I think our coaching staff's done a great job preparing for what they do on both ends, and we'll let the ball fly, and we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to it. I think our group's ready to go tonight.
Has anybody mentioned that it's a little brighter in the Dowling gym with the new lighting?
I forgot about that. Yeah, when was that done? Was that a summer?
I asked Coach Wilson. I said, no, I had cataract surgery back in March, so I did the last game, had the state tournament, and I had cataract surgery. The first time in the gym at night. And I'm thinking, well, my eyes must really be adjusting.
Yeah, it does look good in here.
But it is. Right. It's much brighter. Do you think so, Mike?
Yeah, I walked in and I was like, I'm not at Dowling, am I?
It's just throwing that out there. I mean, it's just a brighter look, and it's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Get
these people listening out here. This is it's going to be a fun place to be with both our programs this year. We'll try to put on a show for them.
Coach, we appreciate you taking time. Best of luck tonight. We'll talk to you after the game.
All right, thanks, sir.
Good luck. That is Justin Einertson, the Dowling boys basketball coach, joined us here at halftime of the girls' game. It's Dowling girls leading Ankeny Centennial 29-22. We'll come back with our first half scoring. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert and Vinny Cataldo back at the studios. We'll be back with our halftime stats in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is Dale Ahlquist with a Chesterton Minute. Have you ever heard someone say, the Catholic Church is too condemning? It needs to practice more tolerance. G.K. Chesterton says, the other word for tolerance is indifference, and the other word for indifference is apathy. The Catholic Church cannot afford to be apathetic. It cannot afford to be tolerant of evil. It has to be consistent in opposing what is wrong and defending what is right. And the Church especially cannot afford to tolerate social evils that are condoned by the state. Why? Because sooner or later, it'll be turned against the Church. History has shown this to be true more than once. Chesterton says there have been times in history when the Church has been wedded to the world, but it has always been widowed by the world. Want more than a minute? Chesterton.org.
And welcome back to the Dowling Gym. Halftime of the girls contest in a top 5 game in Class 5A in the Central Iowa Metro League. Second-ranked Dowling leading number 5 Ankeny Centennial 29-22. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert. And Mike, let's go over the first half statistics real quick before we inbound the ball to start the second half.
Dowling shot 50% in the first half, and Ankeny Centennial 36% overall, which is consistent with what we've seen in the first few games that they had. Dowling was 25% from three-point range, and Ankeny Centennial was 22%. So the three-pointer is not going in for them, but
And as we speak, Tritton missed a shot, no good, got her own rebound, fed it to Ellie Muller, and her shot up and good. Muller now with 15 points. She had 13 at halftime. Go ahead, Mike, continue on while they have a stoppage in play. We got an offensive foul on Centennial. That'll be on Maya Crawford, her first.
The thing that we were concerned about a little bit was the turnover in the first half, but really it was a pretty clean game for the most part. Centennial had 5 turnovers. Dowling had 3. But the difference was 3 of those turnovers at the end of the second quarter were transitioned into 6 points and kind of opened up the game for Centennial.
Now Dowling with the ball. They work it inside and they draw a foul. This will be on Centennial's Tilly Smith. That'll be her first. Foul trouble wasn't a problem for either team in the first half. They're starting to mount up here. Dowling was 3 for 3 at the free throw line in the first half. The leading scorer was Ellie Muller with 13 points. She now has 15 with that made basket. Zedeker will go to the line, and her first free throw is good. Ava now with 12 points. She had 11 at halftime. All right, Mike, go ahead and finish up your numbers, if you will.
No, I think there were very few fouls, like he mentioned. So the free throw shooting, like Dowling was 100%, and Centennial was 50%, but they only shot 3 and 4 free throws. So.
All right, both free throws good by Zedeker. Now a little high-low by Centennial, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Pratt tried to find Crawford underneath, a little high-low, and it was tipped out of bounds late by the Maroons. 7 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Dowling by 11. This is the Maroons' largest lead of the contest over Centennial.
These first few minutes are going to be critical for Centennial to keep it close. A missed shot there, and Dowling was off and running.
Well, Maroons in transition. Long 3. Good! I'll tell you what, she's got the touch tonight. Ellie Muller, a 3, top of the key. It rolled out, went straight up and went in a timeout Centennial. Muller now with 18 points to lead all scorers. And Dowling with a 36-22 lead, and this will be a 30-second timeout. Maroons by 14 over the Jags. Our thanks to Mercy One, Skeffton's Formal Wear, Fast Signs of Clive, and Catholic Tuition Organization, our supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio's coverage of Dowling Catholic sports. And this is, I'm looking up the number here because I keep forgetting, Mike. It is year number 48 of broadcasting Dowling Catholic Sports for the radio station. Now, I haven't done it all 48 years. Don't start with that stuff. But thanks to our supporters. And thanks to you for sitting in. Scott Babinett moved out to California. Couldn't take these Iowa winters anymore. That's not true. He went out to follow his, both his daughters stayed on the coast, and they want to see their grandkids, so I don't blame them.
Nope, that's a good reason.
Uh-oh, somebody stepped on something because the horn went off extensively.
Well, what we talked about was that Centennial needed to get a good start to the second half, and Dowling started off with a 7-0 run on them. You can anticipate that Scott was going to call timeout there. But this is a critical possession for Centennial right now. They've got to stop this 7-0 run and get a few stops to get back in this game.
Catch up some of the scoring for the Jaguars. I think we've got everything under control at the scorers table. Maya Crawford led the way for Centennial, 10 points at halftime. Jaden Pratt with 7. Finley Blackmore did not score. Ava Martin with 2 points. And Tilly Smith with 3 points at halftime for the Jags, who went 2 of 3 at the free throw line, all in the first quarter. 36-22 is our score now. 6:20 remaining, third quarter. Dowling with the lead by 14 over Centennial. Now here's Pratt. Inside move against Moeller. Her shot no good. Gets her own rebound. The put back up and good. What a workhorse by Jaden Pratt to work for those 2 points there, Mike.
Yeah, she's a hard. You can tell she's worked really hard.
She wasn't intimidated by Moeller's length, and she got the shot up. It was no good, but the ball got slapped around. She got the offensive board and snuck the rebound in there. And now Moeller backs in. Ellie double team. The ball goes out of bounds off of Dowling. So good defense by the Jags.
That was real aggressive. They got kind of away from that here at the beginning of the second half. But that time, everyone was moving their feet, moving their hands actively.
All right, Centennial with the basketball, trailing by 12. Here's Crawford, guarded by Zediker. It didn't start out that way, Zediker on Crawford, but it ended that way. And now here's Pratt in the lane, a shot up and good right over Ellie Moeller. So Pratt's starting to heat up. She's got back-to-back baskets for the Jags, and it's down to 10. 36-26 Dowling, 5:20 to go. Now a diagonal pass underneath the Trenton goes out of bounds. So a turnover against Dowling, and the turnovers all of a sudden, like the points, we're coming in clusters, Mike. We get points in clusters and then turnovers in clusters.
But again, the 2 turnovers that Dowling's had, though, have been balls that have gone out of bounds, so there's no transition for Ankeny, and Ankeny really has to work for their shots.
Jags with the basketball in the front court. With it is Ava Martin, a little dribble weave. Now underneath, a shot block. Ellie Moeller with the block, but rebounded by Martin, and that was Pratt who had her shot blocked, but she is relentless. She's gonna
attack Moeller.
And Yankees not experienced, but they're not the most tallest team in the league. And now Crawford finds a way to get a shot off. It's no good, but she drew the foul. And this foul will be on Dowling's Ava Zediker, her first.
Myra, she was very determined to get that shot off. She got the ball in the lane, and they cut her off, and she just worked and decided I was going to get this shot up.
Crawford's first free throw good. She is now 3 of 4 at the line tonight. She has 11 points. Tonight's game on Iowa Catholic Radio, brought to you in part by Mercy One, Fast Signs in Clive, Catholic Tuition Organization, and Skeffington's Formal Wear. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkert tonight. We're first row of the bleachers, near courtside. Second free throw good by Crawford. Vinny Cataldo, our studio producer. 36-28, Dowling's lead now down to 8 after leading by 14 just a few minutes ago. Jags have battled back, and underneath, here is a shot no good by Ellie Moeller, but she drew the foul, and Pratt will pick it up. That's her second. So looking at foul trouble, Pratt has 2 for Centennial and a few others with 1 each for Dowling. Layla Tritton had to sit down in the first half. She has 2 fouls, and nobody else in foul trouble for the Maroons. Free throw good by Moeller. She's now 2 for 2 on the night, has 19 points to lead Dowling. Second free throw good. 20 points for Moeller. I don't know if I call that a quiet 20, but boy, it just kind of
snuck up on you.
Sneaks up on you, don't it? 4:20 to go, third quarter. 38-28, Dowling by 10, but cut it to 7. Three-pointer good by Ava Martin. They left her alone at the top of the key. And, Mike, that's her first 3 of the year.
Well, that was a nice shot. She had a nice rotation on it.
38-31, Dowling by 7. Zedeker backs in. Her shot no good. Olsen with the rebound. Out to Ellie Muller for 3. Good! Ellie Muller with 23 points, and that is her second 3, back-to-back 3s for Ellie. And it's 41-31. Dowling's lead back to 10. Centennial hanging around. Maroons won last year by the score of 60-34 here in the Dowling gym. And Centennial lost the rubber match in the Centennial gym by 6. And now here's Crawford underneath. Her shot off the glass, good from the left side. Nice move and a quick first step by Maya Crawford, who has 14. 41-33 Dowling. 3:15 to go, third quarter. Zedeker with it. Dowling going left to right towards the north basket here in the second half. Dowling in their home white uniforms with maroon trim. Centennial in their road black uniforms with silver trim. Now here's Zedeker, a little scoop shot, no good, drew the foul. And that'll be on Tilly Smith, her second.
Yeah, that was a nice move by Ava. She set her up and took her hard with her left hand right to the basket.
The team foul number 4 on Centennial, 1 on Dowling. Keep in mind the new high school rule, at least we've already had a year of it. You get the 5, you reset the fouls every quarter. And when you get the 5, you get there's no more 1-and-1. It's 2 shots. Zedeker's first free throw good. You like that or not, Coach?
I like it.
No more 1-and-1. Second free throw no good by Zedeker. She hit her first 5 in this one. And now in transition, three-pointer good by Maya Crawford.
Down to a 6-point game. It's a huge possession for both teams here right now.
42-36. Dowling by 6. It was at 10. Corner 3. Harnden, good! Macy Harnden with the corner 3 from the left side in transition. That's her 4th 3 of the year, and Dowling up by 9. 45-36 over the Jags. All right, here's Martin with it. In the corner goes to Pratt. Jaden looking inside, can't find the cutter. Now a backdoor cut by Crawford. Her shot up, it's short. Fight for the rebound. Crawford gets it. Back out to Martin for 3. Good! Second chance points there for Centennial. And Ava Martin with back-to-back 3s for the Jags. 45-39, Dowling by 6. 2 minutes to play. Zedeker for 3. It's no good. Rebound Martin. Dowling lead is 6. Crawford pushes the tempo. Guarded by Harnden. Crawford underneath. Her shot up, no good. Drew the foul. And she'll have 2 free throws coming.
Here we were looking at the three-point shooting in the first half was not so great. Here they're 6 out of 7, both between the two teams in the second and third quarter.
Fouls on Macy Harnden. Her first, team foul number 2 on Dowling here in the third quarter. Centennial with 4 team fouls. First free throw good by Maya Crawford. Came in with a 56% free throw percentage. Tonight she's 5 out of 6 at the line. And she has 18 points. Second free throw by Crawford. Good. And a timeout on the floor. This will be a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 1 minute, 50 seconds remaining, third quarter. Dowling 45, Ankeny Centennial 41. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio presents Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz, Wednesday, April 2nd at the Iowa Event Center in downtown Des Moines. This limited seating event allows for an intimate conversation about faith that will inspire a deeper relationship with Jesus.
When you see the Lord lifted up like this, you are looking at Calvary. You're participating in his restoration of the world.
Encounter the Eucharist, an evening with Father Mike Schmitz. Go to iowacatholicradio.com and reserve your seat now.
Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology provides advanced and medical aesthetics, body contouring, wellness, and spa services. Learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Thank you, Brightside Aesthetics, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One. Live your best life with Mercy One. With Iowa's largest network of care locations, personalized care is right in your neighborhood. Schedule online at mercyone.org.
Hey, we're back here at the Dowling Catholic Gym. Mark Amadale, Mike Burkhardt. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dowling's lead has shrunk from 14 points down to 4 with 1:40 to go here in the third quarter. Dowling with the ball out of the timeout. Zedeker going one-on-one. Backs in against Tilly Smith. Kicks it out to Kaylee Klein, who's in there for the Maroons. And now underneath Herndon. Her shot in and out, no good. Ball kicked out of bounds off of Centennial. Dowling will have a brand new shot clock with 35 seconds. And Olsen in the Dowling lineup, replacing Herndon here, Mike.
I think the last minute 22 is critical for both teams. We keep saying that, or I do. But Centennial's, made a run at him here, and we'll see if Dowling can respond.
Here's Zedeker underneath. Her shot no good. Gets her own rebound, put back up, and in and out no good. Rebound Ava Martin. Good defense by Tilly Smith and Martin. And Centennial with the rebound. Chance to cut it to 1, maybe 2. Minute to play, and Dowling up 4 over the 5th-ranked Jaguars. Dribble weave. Ava Martin gets loose. Her shot no good. Missed the layup. Weak side rebound came out to Ellie Moeller, and she lost the ball. Centennial with a brand new shot clock. With 45 seconds to go, tough possession there for the Maroons.
Here I was going, oh.
Here's Pratt with it. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound put back no good by Crawford. Offensive rebound Maisie Smith. And Centennial. Here's Crawford in the corner, guarded by Ellie Moeller.
Yeah.
It's a mismatch. Now they'll switch it up. Zedeker will guard her.
Shot clock and the game clock are almost
tenths of a second off. Yeah. About a second off. So Centennial's going to wind it down and hold it for 1. Veteran coach Scott DeYoung, 12th year at Centennial, 37 years overall. And underneath is Pratt. Her shot partially blocked and rebounded by Ellie Moeller. Moeller in transition, gets it down to Tritton. Corner is Zedeker. Fadeaway 3, it's no good, and we've come to the end of the third quarter with our score. Dowling Catholic 45, Ankeny Centennial 41. As Zedeker's shot was no good at the horn. It would have counted if it went. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. It should be fun. Dowling 45, Ankeny Centennial 41. Top 5 teams in Class 5A going at it here at the Dowling Gym. Stay tuned. The fourth quarter is coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
This is a Young Catholic Minute. So, why does the kind of music I listen to matter? As Bob Dylan says in his song, "It's all right, Ma, I'm only bleeding," he not being busy born is busy dying. And essentially that's true for our Catholic life as well. Every choice we make brings us closer or further from God. This includes our choice of music. Remember that music as an art form reflects the artist and connects with listeners because they identify with it. And although we all can identify with sin, deep down inside we identify with the truth and the light of Christ even more. This doesn't mean that we can only listen to Gregorian chant. Remember, the very fact that we can sing or play music is a glorious gift from the Lord, which means we only have to start being careful when the music we listen to contradicts God and exalts things which can only identify with our sinful nature, things like drugs, lust, and anger. And when in doubt about a song, just ask yourself, what would Jesus listen to? For more, youtube.com/youngcatholic.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Centennial with the first possession, but a steal by Dowling to start the fourth quarter. They get it down to Tritton. Her shot is blocked by Centennial's Jaden Pratt. As we start the fourth quarter, Dowling 45, Ankeny Centennial 41, and foul now called on Pratt. And that'll be her third, and free throws coming for Tritton. Mike Burkhardt, you have a look at some statistics through 3 quarters.
Yeah, Dowling is shooting. In the third quarter, shot 37%, while Ankeny shot 46%. But the big difference, I think, was that Ankeny had 8 rebounds. About 6 of those were offensive rebounds. So they were getting the second shot, and that made a difference. And the comeback.
Second chance points.
Yes.
Yeah, big part of any game. Second chance points. All right, the second free throw by Trenton, no good. Layla with 4 points tonight, 46-41. Dowling by 4. Now the Maroons, or rather, force a turnover. And now they get it down court to Muller, and Ellie shot no good. Rebound Trenton. They kick it out to Katie Muller for 3. It's no good. And the rebound, Ellie Olsen. So Dowling getting some second chance opportunities here. Here's Muller for 3. It's no good. Ball slapped around. And Martin comes away with it for Centennial. Jags in the front court. They try to hand it off to Maya Crawford. Stolen away by Zedeker. All the way down court against Crawford. Her shot no good. Rebound, Katie Muller. And now the ball loose on the floor. And Centennial comes away with it. What a flurry between these two teams.
Got a little crazy there for a minute.
Crazy is the understatement. Jags have it. They trail by 5. 6:45 to go, fourth quarter. Pretty good crowd for Dowling's home opener on a Tuesday night. Keep in mind, Friday night will be a couple exits down the freeway. The Valley Fieldhouse. It'll be Dowling Valley in a girl-boy doubleheader Friday night. And now here is Pratt for 3. It's no good. Rebound, Katie Muller. Pratt might have been a little bit outside her range there. And Dowling now in the front court with a 5-point lead. Again, the foul situation's been reset to 0 here in the fourth quarter. And Centennial with 1 foul already. And here's a shot in the lane, no good by the Maroons. Rebound, Centennial. Now a corner 3 by Maisie Smith. Blocked out of bounds by Muller. And Ellie with another block. I have her unofficially for 5.
You're probably right.
Well, we got a timeout on the floor called by Centennial. And Scott DeYoung says, yeah, I'll take a minute. So will we. 6:06 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 46, Ankeny Centennial 41. Girls Class 5A Central Iowa Metro League basketball continues from the Dowling Gym in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ with local faith leaders.
I am Father Michael, priest at St. John's. Come, let us go up to the Lord's mountain, to the house of the God of Jacob. With these words from the prophet Isaiah, I invite you to come and experience God's love at St. John's Parish in Adel. Mass times can be found at www.stjohnsadel.org.
Iowa Catholic Radio, connecting people to Christ and His Church on their faith journey.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory. Caldwell Parish offers services that are unique to the individual while following the Catholic funeral rites. Caldwell Parish Funeral Home and Crematory, Des Moines' only Catholic-owned and operated funeral home.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Westgate Dental, offering cosmetic, family, implant, and general dentistry. Located at 1073rd Street, Suite 1 in West Des Moines, just behind Dowling Catholic High School. Learn more at westgatedentalia.com.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Centennial out of the timeout. Inbounds the ball. They get it to Pratt in the lane. Kicks it back out. 3 coming from Tilly Smith. It's no good. Rebound, Muller. Ellie Muller and Dowling. Under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. 46-41. Dowling girls leading by 5. Zedeker will launch the 3. It's no good. Rebound, Katie Muller, but it's stolen away by Pratt, and the Jaguars will take over. Mike, what's the turnover situation with both teams unofficially?
This fourth quarter, Ankeny's got 3. Dowling has 1, so it's not been too bad yet.
All right, here is a shot underneath. No good by Centennial. Dowling pushing the ball down court, and Olsen's pass to Katie Muller just too strong.
Well, maybe not so good now.
And another turnover, so get those chicken scratches out. Don't let that pin run out of ink.
I know. It's fast and furious here. It's like you're trying to watch the game, write down, talk. Good thing, I'm glad I'm not chewing gum.
Well, what was tougher, sitting on the bench with John Wilkinson and Bob and Sharon Hansen, or next to me? Now, you don't have to answer that right away. And Crawford gets loose underneath. A nice move by Maya, and her shot up and good. She's got 21 points to lead Centennial. 46-43. The Dowling lead is 3. 5 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. What a game to open up Dowling's home schedule. Here's Muller backing in against Pratt. Layup good. Boy, Ellie Muller found her spot and path to the basket. 25 points there, Mike.
Yeah, she used that 4-inch height advantage to her advantage that time. There's nothing Pratt could do.
13 points for Moeller at halftime, and she now has 25 to lead Dowling. The 6'2 junior who's battling that illness that's going around. Zedeker's almost got it whipped. The Maroons have had a little bit of that bug going around, and now Centennial running their dribble weave in the lane. Martin's shot blocked out of bounds by Ellie Olson. That'll be 6 on the shot clock. Centennial will inbound underneath their own basket, which is the south basket here at the Dowling gym. Right to left goes Centennial in front of it. Lob play underneath the Pratt. She missed the layup. Rebound Ellie Moeller.
That's tough. Centennial's 1 for 10 the fourth quarter.
Oh my goodness. Somebody put the lid on that basket on the south end. Dowling by 5 in the basketball. Here's Katie Moeller against Crawford. In the lane, stops, pull-up jumper off the glass too strong, and a rebound Pratt. Or check that, Crawford. Maya with it, the Drake recruit. It's over in the right wing to Tilly Smith, who's headed to Grandview to play basketball. Now a long three by Crawford, no good, goes out of bounds to be Dowling basketball. Ooh, tough shooting. 1 for 10, now 1 for 11 for the Jags. And Coach Meyer right in front of us says, slow down, get your composure, let's run some clock.
And Dowling's 1 for 5, so it's not like they're...
It's not a shooting performance.
No.
So a lot of your tallies out of your ink pen have went on the missed shot instead of the made for both teams.
A straight line with no circle.
That's right. Now Moeller has her shot, or has her ball stolen away from her. Centennial down court. Pratt with a shot, no good. Ball slapped around into the hands of Pratt. And now Martin with it for 3. Good. Ava Martin with 3 threes in the second half. 9 of her 11 points have come in the second half. And it's a 2-point Dowling lead, 48-46. The Jags hanging around despite poor shooting. And now we got a whistle and a foul underneath. Olson had the ball. Foul is on Centennial, and that'll be on Finley Blackmore, her first. So that'll be the second team foul on Centennial. It's a non-shooting foul, so it'll be Dowling basketball underneath. They'll reset the shot clock for 35. Trenton will throw it in underneath the Dowling basket. Gets to Zedeker, left wing. Ava drives baseline, and she goes up for the shot, and Crawford slams her down, and it'll be an obvious foul on Crawford, and free throws coming for Zedeker. And Crawford with her second foul. Those two players have met once or twice here in the last 4 years.
And I bet they matched up in the summers too.
And now Ellie Muller's going to have to come out.
She's got an earring that they just discovered.
Yeah, you can't have that out there. And her sister will replace her. Katie Muller will go in for Ellie. No jewelry in basketball. Okay in softball, but not in basketball.
She almost got away with it for the whole game.
Yeah, so she has to go out and get that taken care of. So Zedeker will be at the line for 2 as she was fouled. Free throw good by Ava. Zedeker is 4 out of 5 at the free throw line here in the second half. 6 out of 8 for the ball game. Second free throw in and out, no good. Rebound Centennial. Zedeker with 15 points. And now Pratt in the lane. Her shot no good. Olson will draw the foul. That'll be the first foul on Dowling here in the fourth quarter. Ellie Olson with her first foul. 49-46, Dowling by 3 with 2:49 to go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when Ellie is out taking care of her earring there, they went right to Pratt, right to the basket.
And first free throw no good by Jaden Pratt. Pratt tonight with 11 points. Second free throw coming. Jags are now 6 of 8 at the free throw line. Make it 7 for 9. The second free throw is good by Pratt, who has 12 points. 49-47, the Dowling lead is 2. Zedeker. And both Muller's sisters are in there with Tritton and Ellie Olson. Here's Tritton coming off a ball screen down the lane. Her shot up and no good, drew the foul. And we'll go to the free throw line as that foul will be on Finley Blackmore of Centennial, her second. And free throws coming for Layla Tritton, 80% free throw shooter coming into tonight, has 4 points. She'll get 2 here. That's a 14 foul on Centennial. So Dowling in the double bonus the rest of the way. First free throw, no good. Tonight's game on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network, sponsored in part by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Blessman International, Bozen the Florist, and Construction Professional. Second free throw by Tritton is good, and she has 5 points. 50-47, Dowling by 3. 2:25 to go, fourth quarter. Centennial now with the ball. Top of the key is Pratt. Now she'll put the shot up and good, just inside the three-point line. Jaden Pratt. She now has 14 points. And the lead is 1 for the Maroons, 50-49. 2 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Now Tritton picks up her dribble, guarded by Crawford. Left wing it goes to Ellie Olsen. Olsen looking for a cutter. They get it to Zediker. Ava with it, coming off a ball screen by Olsen. Now double team in the lane and draws a foul. And that'll be on Centennial. And that'll be 2 shots for Zediker as the Jags are in the double bonus.
The last few possessions for both teams have gotten pretty physical.
Do you think?
I think. Both coaches are like asking questions with the referees right now.
Free throws coming for Zediker. Ava with 15 points tonight. First one no good.
And Scott DeYoung just asked the referee if he can look up at the scoreboard. There's 5 team fouls against Centennial and 1 against Dowling.
I've never heard that being said before, where a coach will point out. That's why they stopped counting after 5. The scoreboard does.
He called him over and pointed up at the scoreboard.
Second free throw is good. Ava goes 1 for 2 at the line. She has 16 points, and we got a full timeout. We're going to keep it here with the score. Dowling 51. Ankeny Centennial 49, 1:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Here at the Dowling Gym, the Maroons home opener. Mark Amadale, Mike Berker tonight. Jimmy Cataldo will join me for the boys game. And of course, Vinny Cataldo running the board. And time now for our Dowling Catholic Activities Spotlight. Congratulations to December's recipient, Owen Pins, Dowling Catholic class of 2025. Owen participates in football and track. First team All-State defensive lineman for the Dowling football team in Class 5A. And he's a recognized witness to the very best of faith, academics, and student activities. You can hear Owen's interview on the Catholic Morning Show, which is heard Monday through Friday from 7 to 8 a.m. by visiting Iowa Catholic Radio's podcast page at iowacatholicradio.com. And it was on Friday, December 6th is when the interview took place with Owen Pins. And we want to thank our sponsor of Dowling Catholic High School's Activity Spotlight, Brightside Aesthetics by Ducharme Dermatology in Clyde. They offer a wide range of aesthetic and wellness services and providing customized care to have you looking your best. You can learn more at brightsideiowa.com. Mike Burkhardt, your thoughts here. 5 team fouls on Centennial, Dowling in the double bonus. Maroons have 1 foul, so they can get a little aggressive here in the final minute 43.
Yeah, they can. And we're down to Ankeny Centennial has 1 timeout left. Dowling has 2, and the possession arrow is in favor of Centennial right now.
All right, Pratt with it for the Jags, trailing by 2. Now Crawford has it. You know it's going to go into her hands. Her shot no good. Got her shot up against Zediker, and I think Ava committed the foul. And she did. That'll be her second. So, you know, both teams want the ball to go into the hands of their scorers. And I'm sure that's what each team's offense will go through. Crawford at the line. First free throw, no good.
Rimmed it. Spun around 3 times and came out.
Crawford with 21 points. The Drake recruit. It's got to be interesting. Her dad went to Northern Iowa and had a tremendous career up there. Second free throw, good. 22 points for Crawford. 51-50, Dowling by 1. Minute 20 to play. I'm going to peek in the score sheet here, or the calendar, and see the rematches. Will be in Ankeny Centennial for the rematch. That'll be a dandy. Dowling with the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Katie Muller with it. Maroons kind of standing around now. Katie gets it to Olsen. Over to Zediker, guarded by Crawford. 5 on the shot clock. Zediker coming off a ball string, double teamed, and we've got a jump ball called. Good hustle that time by Crawford and, I believe, Tilly Smith, who tied up Zediker.
Yep.
Oh, now they got a foul called.
There's 1 second on the shot clock. That's what they're doing.
Oh, okay.
Possession. I apologize. The possession error was in favor of Dowling, so Dowling's got 1 second on the shot clock.
Gotcha. So the officials got that all sorted out. It was a jump ball, Dowling possession. Now Zediker lobs it into Muller, and her shot up, no good. Rebound Crawford. Ellie got a great look at the basket, but may have shot it just a hair too quick. She had plenty of time.
About 15-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock.
Dowling by 1. Crawford with it. Centennial a chance to retake the lead. Maroons have led by as many as 14. Centennial has led by as many as 6, but that was all in the first half. And now Zediker with the steal of Crawford. Down the lane. Zediker shot up and good! The basket counts and a foul on Crawford. Turnover to points on the board for the Maroons. What a play.
That was a very nice defensive play.
Wow.
Took the ball away from Crawford, took it down and got fouled and hit the layup.
Zediker with 18 points. 3rd foul on Crawford. And now the and 1 for Zediker, and it's good. Ava with 19 points. Dowling 54, Centennial 50, 20 seconds remaining. Here's Martin with it. Lisa for Pratt for 3, it's no good. Rebound taken out of the hands of Zediker. Ball loose on the floor, and we've got a jump ball between Ellie Olsen and Tilly Smith. Possession arrow will go to Centennial. So
9.6 seconds left, so they got to get a shot up quick. And I would anticipate that he's going to call timeout now.
Timeout now.
I thought he was going to wait till after he tried to score.
So with 9.6 seconds remaining.
That's what he was going to do.
And
the referee, he was telling the referee he wanted a timeout after the score.
Centennial will inbound the ball. There is no timeout. They get it inside to Pratt. Turns against Muller. Shot up good. Timeout Centennial. 54-52 is our score.
5.7 seconds left. Dowling has the ball underneath their own basket.
How about that move by...
that was a nice move.
Pratt?
Pratt did a nice move there. Up and under.
Up and under. 16 points for Pratt now. And she got Muller. This is the taller Muller. Katie's at 5'11", but her older sister Ellie at 6'2" got her in the air. And Ellie didn't commit the foul, but got her out of the way. So cut it to 2. And Dowling will have 5.7 seconds. You're going to see an immediate foul by Centennial, but every Centennial foul results in 2 free throws by Dowling.
True. Watch here closely because I think Dowling can run the baseline, and it might be interesting to find out if they're going to try to draw a charge on Dowling. Well, Dowling has the ball, so Dowling can set the screen. But if you're Dowling, you throw the ball long, you're going to try to get in and get fouled.
Reminder, we'll have our post-game show following the game, and then we will interview some Dowling girls and coaches at halftime of the boys contest. So keep that in mind. Right now, Maroons will inbound the ball following Centennial's final timeout. Dowling does have 2 timeouts remaining if they can't get the ball in. 5.7 seconds remaining. Dowling by 2, and they have the basketball. The Maroons will run the baseline, as Coach Burkert mentioned. Inbounding the ball will be Tritton. Let's see who she tries to get it to. Gets it to Muller. Ellie is fouled immediately. 4.7 seconds. So Ellie Muller will go to the free throw line shooting 2. And the Centennial foul is on Tilly Smith, her 4th. So Muller, who has 25 points tonight, will go to the free throw line where she has been 3 times tonight. And the first one is good. So she's now 4 for 4 at the line and has 26 points. I didn't give her the announcer jinx. I was trying to time myself there, Mike. That does exist, you know. 55-52 Dowling, 4.7 seconds. Yeah.
This is the big one right now.
Yep. You want to keep it.
Hits this one, we can go home.
A 2-possession game.
Or I can go home.
Speak for yourself. I've got Cataldo coming in after you. Second free throw rolls around, goes through. Ellie Muller makes them both 27 points. Centennial inbounds the ball to Crawford. Pull-up jumper, no good, and that'll end it. 56-52 the final. Dowling with the win over Ankeny Centennial. The Maroons have now won 7 of their last 9 games against the Jaguars. And it's Dowling 56, Ankeny Centennial 52 in game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader, Mike Burkert. What a contest.
Yeah, it lived up to the, if you want to talk about the pregame hype, you had 2 against 5. And I think both teams deserve that top 5 ranking.
Absolutely.
From what you saw today.
We talked a little bit about turnovers. Centennial came in averaging them, just over 12 turnovers a game. Dowling over 17 turnovers a game. But the Maroons shot 48% from the field. Centennial was only shooting 37%. We're going to see how all that changes when we do the totals here when we take a timeout. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back. Vinny Cataldo is our studio producer. This is Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert. Our final score in game 1 of our girl-boy doubleheader. Dowling 56, Ankeny Centennial 52. Dowling girls improved their record to 4-1, ranked 2nd in Class 5A, and Centennial falls to 2-2. The Jags currently ranked 5th in Class 5A. We'll come back with our totals on the postgame show coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Ashworth Vision Clinic. Complete eye exams, contact lenses, glasses, glaucoma testing, and urgent eye issues. 515-440-4610. AshworthVision.com.
Support for programming funded by Blessman International. We bring the good news of the gospel to South African children and their families through faith formation and locally sustainable programs. As the Fellowship of Christian Athletes location for all South Africa, our Sports for Christ complex provides student access to friendly competition where discipline and dedication are developed. Learn how you can support programs like Sports for Christ or experience the hands-on engagement of a mission trip at blessmaninternational.org.
Support for programming is provided by Construction Professionals, serving customers through a proven process, creating unique design, functionality, and artistic beauty. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com.
Support for programming comes from Klein Electric, a local family-oriented electrical contractor, a 100% employee-owned company with branches across the Midwest to provide comprehensive electrical services. Klein Electric is able to help with any residential and commercial project. Learn more at kleinelectric.com.
Fast Signs is a custom sign and visual solutions company with an extensive selection of digital signage, interior and exterior signs, banners, and vehicle wraps. Learn more at fastsigns.com. Thank you, Fast Signs in Clive, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Bozen the Florist. Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, weddings, whatever the message, say more with Bozen. Bozen.com. 515-244-ROSE. Bozen makes the moment mean more.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
All right, we're back here at the Dowling Gym. Final in game 1. Dowling Catholic defeating Ankeny Centennial 56-52. The Dowling girls now improve their mark to 4-1 on the season, while Centennial falls to 2-2. Mark Amadale alongside Mike Burkert, and yeah, he is here. Coach Cataldo made his way. He's just waiting for you. He can't wait for you to slide out, Mike. I want to keep you here as long as possible. Let's go through every stat that you have before we get this guy. Well, he can't hear us. But what a game it was, Mike. And I know you got the calculator going. And are you ready? Or
yeah,
go ahead. I'll let you go.
Pressure going.
Yeah, they start the clock. We used to get 20 minutes between games. Now we only get 15. So Here we go. Go ahead.
Well, for the game, it pretty much performed. Centennial shot 34.5% from the field. Dowling was 40.4%. Turnovers, we said before the game that was going to be critical, and actually it was a well-played game, and there weren't too many turnovers. I had Centennial for 9 and Dowling for 8, so they took care of the basketball pretty well doing that. Now, rebounding, Centennial really crashed the boards. They had like 23 rebounds to Dowling's 20, but most of the rebounds, for Centennial were offensive rebounds. They really were aggressive that way to the basket. Dowling's defense, I don't know how many block shots. You were keeping kind of the block shots, but
that's not good.
But that made a difference because I think that not only did Ellie block a number of shots, she misdirected a number of shots where kids kind of threw it high off the backboard or just missed the shot just trying to keep away from getting a block. So it was a good game. I think that Centennial proved that they can play with a team like Dowling that's ranked as high and has, for the first couple at least of the CIML games, handled things pretty easily.
Well, a typical war when you get these two teams together.
It was.
And I told you I was going to look to see when they play next. Oh, I'm not going to be able to do that right now, but can't wait for the rematch because that'll be something, as we'll be at the Centennial Gym. Let's go through the scoring tonight. First of all, for the visitors for Ankeny Centennial, they had 2 players in double figures, led by the Drake recruit, Maya Crawford, the 5'8 senior, leading the way with 22 points for the Jaguars. She was followed by the Illinois State recruit, Jaden Pratt, with 16 points. Next up, Ava Martin was in double figures with 11 points. She had 3 threes in the fourth quarter, so 9 of her 11 points came in the fourth quarter. 3 points for Tilly Smith. Finley Blackmore, the 5th starter for Centennial, did not score. Neither did Maisie Smith and Kylie Smith, who came off the bench and did not score. For Dowling Catholic, the Maroons had 2 players in double figures, led by Ellie Mullers, 27 points. Ava Zedeker with 19 points to lead the Maroons. 5 points for Layla Tritton. 3 points for Macy Harnden. 3 points for Macy Harnden and 2 points for Katie Muller. Dowling 16-20 at the free throw line, and Centennial 8 for 11. Mike, thank you. As you can see, our fans are starting to get over here, so
I'll let you break. All these people want your autograph, Mark.
Sure they want a piece of me, including my wife.
Or they're bringing you dinner.
Yeah, that'd be all right. All right, Mike, thank you. We'll see you at Valley Friday night.
Friday night. Thanks, Mark.
Final score, Dowling defeats Centennial 56-52. We'll take a 2-minute break and come back and preview the boys' game with Jimmy Cataldo. Dowling 56, Ankeny Centennial 52 in the girls' contest. Back in 2 minutes for the boys' pregame on Iowa Catholic Radio.